Hey everyone, how's everyone doing today? It's Barb with Halfway to Sane, and I welcome you to my channel if you haven't been here before. Today I am going to do just a short story on Richard Rojen, who was executed the other day. So, just give a little backstory about him. So, after waiting almost 40 years to be executed, convicted child murderer Richard Norman Rojem Jr. had nothing to say. There was no declaration of innocence, there were no expressions of remorse or regret, and on the execution gurney, he mumbled he had no final words. He said, "I've said my goodbyes." And at 10:03 a.m., the drugs began flowing in the death chamber at the Oklahoma State Penitentiary. At 10:16 a.m., he was pronounced dead. 66-year-old Rojem was executed by lethal injection for murdering his former stepdaughter, Layla Dawn Cummings, in 1984 when she was just 7 years old. Her mother, Mindy Cummings, watched from the witness room. "We are grateful today for justice served and the peace of knowing that Richard Rojem can never hurt us or any other person again," she said. Rojem was the longest-serving death row inmate in the state history. He also was one of the longest-serving death row inmates in the United States. His execution was delayed for decades, largely because he twice successfully challenged his punishment. He was resentenced in 2003 and then again in 2007 and did not exhaust his appeals until 2017. He was the 13th inmate to be executed since the state resumed capital punishment in October of 2021 after a hiatus of more than 6 years. Executions were put on hold in 2015 because of a series of issues with the procedure. The first one after the hiatus was widely described as botched after media witnesses reported the inmate repeatedly convulsed and vomited. Rojem's execution, though, was the latest to be carried out without any visible complications. There were no incidents, issues, or problems. Rojem did not seek any last-minute stays, and he maintained all along that he was innocent. He stated, "I did not kill Layla, I did not rape Layla, and I did not murder her." Layla Dawn Cummings was abducted late July 6th or early July 7th in 1984 from an Elk City apartment while her mother was at work at a McDonald's restaurant. Photos of the kidnapping scene show her doll atop her bed. Her brother Jason, then 9 years old, said Rick was in the apartment at the time that she was taken. A farmer found her body on the morning of July 7th in a plowed field near Burns Flat. She had been raped and stabbed. Rojem, then 26 years old, lived at the time in the Burns Flat. He married the victim's mother while he was in prison in Michigan for sex offenses against 2 teenage girls. According to court records, she was the sister of his cellmate. He came to Oklahoma after being paroled in 1982. He and Mindy Cummings had been divorced for about 2 months at the time of the murder. He had been seeking reconciliation. Mindy, in a press statement, also blames Rojem for the deaths of Layla's father. In Mindy's statement, "Today we also honor the memory of Layla and Jason's father, Dawn Cummings, who is not with us today due to the absolute evil of a monster who purposely tormented him to the brink of despair that ended his life." Dawn Cummings committed suicide in Michigan in 1985, leaving a note that said, "Maybe now I can rest." Rojem had his last meal at 5:48 p.m. on Wednesday. He had 2 small Little Caesars double cheese, double pepperoni pieces, and 2 cups of vanilla ice cream. He also had a bottle of Verner's ginger ale. The Pardon and Parole Board voted 5-0 on June 17th to deny Rojem clemency. That vote meant Governor Kevin Stitt could not commute his sentence to life in prison without the possibility of parole. I think the story sums it up itself. The man did awful, and as far as I'm concerned, he got what was due to him. Any comments questions, please leave them down below. I would surely appreciate it. And if you would, please give that thumbs up and hit that notification bell. And please subscribe to the channel. Talk to y'all later. Peace.